Morning, everybody. Just got dropped off by Buckeye Bill to Max Patch Road, where I ended last evening. Got to sleep in a nice warm bed while it was 5 degrees outside. And right here at the very beginning, looks a little iced over. When I ended yesterday, the trail for about 0.2 miles was icy up to the road. So it's kind of the same thing here. Just got hardened down and, you know, probably wet on top. Probably been this way before that new snow hit. So hopefully it won't be too icy today, because it's, I don't want to say a cruisy day, but cruisier than yesterday. Only about a little over 3,000 of elevation in 20 miles. So should be a pretty good trek today. And obviously once I start getting down, there won't be any snow. It's funny when you drive away from this, like yesterday, it looks like it's the very tips of the mountains, but I was in it pretty much all day yesterday. The snow and ice, or mainly snow, just a little bit of ice. So it's going to be a great day, and nice and clear for the most part. So I should get some really good views up here on top of the summit. All right, let's get going. Standing on the summit of Max Patch Mountain. Absolutely drop dead gorgeous views. Mountains for miles, some with snow, with the texture of the shadows, some without. Oh my goodness, it is so stinking beautiful. It's very icy this morning, very cold. I'm glad I didn't sleep up here last night. But with that sun rising above the mountains, whew, what a view. And Max Patch Mountain is in the bag. A better look at some of the views from up here before I start descending to get a little warmer. I think that right there is my favorite view from up here. The texture of that snow, oh my goodness, it's wonderful. It's a really big top up here at the summit. See anybody up here right now, but I see a few cars in the parking lot, so there's people out here enjoying these views besides me. They're just not in the sun right now. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Woo! Even the rhododendron leaves are too cold to wake up. It got quite bitter up on top of Max Patch. It took me about a mile for my fingers to thaw out. And all I did was stay up there probably 5 minutes with a little bit of video and pictures. It was just bitter cold. I'm pretty sure it still hasn't got above like 15 degrees. I am so thankful that I did not sleep out in this last night. It's very dangerous, possibly even deadly, you know? Especially if that wind was kicking through and hypothermia setting in, and made the right decision there. And this trail has definitely got more icy since yesterday, just because probably, yeah, so freaking cold, but also the snow just getting really packed down. But I'm higher right now, you know, with 45, probably down to 4,200 right now. So the lower I get, the more that would probably be snow. But it's not fresh anymore. It's definitely harder and packed. So I'll be dealing with that today until I start getting down to the lower level as I start descending into hot springs. It's absolutely gorgeous out today, though. And I know it's going to get warmer today than yesterday. And that sun is shining. And wow, my head is still spinning from those great views on top of Max Patch. What a blessing to get to see God's beautiful earth from on top of the mountains. Woo! You could even say that I'm fortunate. Still cruising along on this descent. Definitely snowy and icy here. Lots of water crossings in this section. Snow really hasn't dissipated and it's packed down, you know, so it's slick with like ice or like ice. Ice or like ice. Ran into Zeb again, who I ran into right before Winding Stair Gap. He's still out here trekking. Look at this snow and ice. Back to Hot Springs. Kind of did something similar to what I did, I guess, from my understanding. Basically, got picked up, went to Hot Springs, and then came back to, you know, finish it out without camping out in this deadly temperature last night. So you can hear that water running, I think. Good little fall right there. But it is definitely a lot of water crossings here. Still up at least 3,800, I think, right now. So, going good. Definitely tell it's starting to warm up. It might be up to 17 degrees now. Or 12. Depending on if it was 10 or 15 up top. I didn't take my pack off to look at my thermometer. I just know a gentleman that I ran into that looked like me in 20 years. Really, I'm not joking. Except he was using a walking stick. You know, this guy, I was thinking when I seen that, like, I wouldn't mind having a walking stick after I get done with the Triple Crown that commemorates the Triple Crown. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be something I'd hold on to for the rest of my life. It's a proud memento, but not as a trophy, just something, you know, to remind me all the time of that accomplishment. Once I'm there, but I'm not there yet, so. All right, continuing on. Want to be really careful here. It's a little slushy, but still very crunchy and slippery, and it's getting a little more steep. So I definitely want to pay attention. Continuing on. You know, I don't think I ever finished what I was saying. Got on a rabbit hole. I don't remember saying it or finishing it. I might have, so if I did, I'm going to repeat it right now. The gentleman I ran into that looked like me in 20 years, he said he lived close, I guess, and he said that it showed 15 at his house, but that was about 1,000 or 2 down from here, so definitely colder up here. So it was either 10 or 15 at that point, so it might be 2 or 3 degrees warmer now. Here's a bridge, a little foot bridge full of ice. Sun is shining bright now. Had to put these sunglasses on so bright off that snow, but that's going to raise that temperature. Start melting it off a little bit, you know, not yet, but it will be getting slushy soon. I could tell by the temperature, not quite above freezing yet, but it's getting closer. Be almost time to take this puffy off soon. And getting warmer and enjoying it as I start descending. Natural warming. Just stopped at a little gap called Lemon Gap. A little crossroad there. It wasn't much wind, so I thought I'd stop and eat some food. Have a little snack. Snacky snack. A little snacky snack of about 1,000 calories. And decided to take my puffy off. It's right at 32 or 33. It's really hard to read on those kind of thermometers exactly, but somewhere in that vicinity. It feels even colder than that, probably because everything's covered in snow. But it's warming up, and when the sun is directly on, it almost feels like 10 or 20 degrees warmer. But the main reason I took it off is because I'm getting ready to climb now. So I know I'm going to start sweating, so might as well take it off now before it gets wet. And the body's going to get really warm here in about 10 or 15 minutes. I love climbing. Have I told you that? Yo, standing on the summit of Walnut Mountain. Not a whole bunch of views, but definitely got some over there through those trees. Right here. All over there. Nice open, bald type, except some trees, you know, along the edges, but like an open meadow type of thing. Up on the summit. Looks really cool. Especially the ice in the trees up here. It's getting warmer. Oh yeah. It's gorgeous and it's beautiful. And Walnut Mountain is in the bag. Hear that sound? That's the sound of melting snow and ice. So glorious. And I'm actually climbing and going higher right now. This is going to be the highest summit of yesterday and today. And it's still melting off. And this isn't in the direct sunlight, just coming through the trees here. Which means it's probably about 40 degrees now. Because last time I checked, about 32, and it definitely feels quite a bit warmer. That's gonna make this descend quite cruisy for me. And Fortune does not mind that at all. Standing on the summit of Bluff Mountain. The only bluff here is that there are no views. Why you do us like that, Bluff Mountain? We just want to see things. Oh, but there's plenty of views. There's mountains between the trees, and then there's trees, and then there's these beautiful rocks behind me. Beautiful boulders. And then you got the beautiful sky and that beautiful ball of fire in the sky. But I digress. Here I'm standing on this summit, and Bluff Mountain is in the bag. A little over 8 miles more to go today. Not much climbing. Total of about 650, I think, left. And almost 4,000 of descent. Right now I'm descending about 1,000 in the next 2 miles, or a little less than 2 miles. Already descended probably 500 or 600 from the top of Bluff Mountain. And you can already see there's sections of completely melted snow, but then it'll go turn, around the other side and be a colder side where it hasn't melted. So I would say within the next mile or two, when I drop another 1,000 feet, there's not going to be much snow left. And obviously by the time I get to Hot Springs, there will be no snow whatsoever. Since I stayed there last night, I already know what it looks like, and there's no snow at all. Pretty much 2,500, I think. 2,500 and above, maybe 3,000 and above is where the snow is. Still cold down there, but will be much warmer than it is here, and it's already warming up nicely today. So we will see the snow moving over the next 8 miles, and I almost said 8 months, over the next 8 miles, and it should be somewhat of a cruisy trail. I remember this cave from last year, and I remember I wanted to look to see if there was anything in it. I don't see anything. You could see back there a little bit. I don't know if the camera picks it up. I don't see any animals sleeping or nesting in there. Sure is a cool cave, though. Be a really good shelter if needed in a storm. Super close. 1,924 miles. Right around the corner, pretty much. Right down there is Hot Springs. And these mountains over here is where I'm going next, after Hot Springs. Descending on it right now, not too far away. I'm looking forward to being in Hot Springs so I can get some liquefied in me. I only had 2 liters of water today for about 21.5 miles. That's not good, and that's not smart. But I knew it was cool, and I was going to be going down. I wouldn't be sweating much once I started going down. So I kept putting it off and saying, oh, the next one, the next one. It was stupid. So now I'm really thirsty. I'm not dehydrated, but I'm really thirsty, so I'm going to drink a lot of beverage. And do as I do most days, but not today. I would never recommend going on 2 liters for 21.5 miles. Never. Alright, I've arrived back in Hot Springs. A little rundown real quick, 21.5 miles today. Right around 3,300 in elevation. All kinds of terrain today for sure. All kinds of weather, just depending on the elevation. But I'm going in here to the Laughing Heart Hostel. That's where, at least as of right now, that's where I'm planning on staying tonight. I can always change my mind after I eat. You never know. But I'm going to go in there and drop my pack real quick, get a drink, and then head on to find some food in the town, because I'm starving. Probably almost literally. Probably about 6,000–7,000 calories burnt today, and I have not eaten even close to half, maybe not even a quarter of that. So, alright, I will see you all in the morning when we start climbing back over there. Woohoo! Live life.